What's good, folks? Welcome back to Mike and Mike. We are delighted that you take the time out to join us. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. Without further ado, we're going to jump right into a program tonight. To my immediate right, you know you got Justin, a.k.a. King Tox in the
baby.
house. Baby!
I am the undisputed
King
of toxicity.
of all toxicity. I tell you, boy. You can't make this up. This is for real, man. If you see this guy coming, I tell you, run. If you can run like Usain Bolt, 100 miles per second.
Come on.
Move.
Come on. I'm just an influential person. I can't help it.
Influential toxicity. That's what he's influencing. Anyway, we have a man over here, Angel, which is missing. We don't know what happened. But
he's with us in spirit.
Hopefully he's all right, and
Yes.
he's with us in spirit.
AKA Prime Minister Police. AKA Mr. Yeah.
Far too kind.
Oh, far too kind. Hello, wonderful baby.
Hello, wonderful baby. Mr. Khalees. And you know we got our invisible
Yes.
our
Always with
invisible
us in spirit.
Mike. You know he's not here.
The intelligent investor, AKA
Baby Trump.
Baby Trump, AKA also a new name, Mr. Chef Michael. He be chefing up some stuff.
Yeah, he be cooking those.
Boy, be
snappers
cooking,
and
man.
And those those veggie beans and those
Yes.
all the 9 yards.
I'm not gonna lie, that salmon he making me looking delicious.
Anyway, last but not least, we got Mike up in here, known as AKA Mega Porter.
AKA this is bull crap. What kind of nincompoop?
All these nincompoop gotta go. All of them we gotta go. We're wiping them out from we're getting to them. But again, we're wiping them out with our votes.
Yes.
No violence from here, except other than this dude over here.
Don't listen to Maga. He's saying no violence for now. He'll eventually see the light.
What light I'm gonna see?
The light of violence.
The one that the CIA and the FBI and the KGB
come and get me.
and the MI6.
Bro, they're not coming to get
Everybody
me.
coming for your behind.
They're not coming to get me, bro. They're scared of me. They don't want no problems.
Yahoo is coming to.
They want no problem. Netanyahu, don't come to New York, bro. They're gonna arrest you, supposedly.
It's a Yahoo. Kandadi said he have an eye out for you. He have an eyes, and he looking. You know.
I think he just said that to gain favor. I don't think he was just talking nonsense. Same thing like
'cause
now with the, what do you call it,
he's
with the rent
backpedaling
freeze.
now, talking
Of course.
we following the law, and it's a federal issue. Then why the hell you said it in the first place? Talking
Exactly.
about you might get arrested and all that.
Exactly. You were doing that to gain favor, and you got called on your nonsense. Because anybody that really knows, if you know your law, federal supersedes everything.
Or you know what? Or maybe your grandfather probably reached out to him and said, "Nigga, stop that bullshit."
He probably did. He probably did.
He's like, cut out that shit.
He probably did, but then
You're
also
not gonna arrest nobody.
Yeah, he probably did, but then also, Trump takes orders from Israel. You disappoint me, Donnie. You really disappoint me. All right, because I kind of find out that you're a puppet.
Yahoo was like, listen, this man is crazy. He called the international courts kangaroo court.
Exactly.
He calling the court system, the international court system.
The ICC.
He calling kangaroo court.
Kangaroo court, because it's nonsense.
Let they catch it behind. Oh, it's nonsense.
Exactly. No, I'm not gonna lie. ICC though, they don't play. Because remember, they rule by international law.
Right. They are the international, when you do crimes, for instance, if you do crime in a country, and then you flee to another country, yes, the other country is still, the country where you did the crime in, they're still going to have a warrant out for you. But
definitely.
Now the international law.
And that's when Interpol comes in.
Interpol will supersede now the local country, especially if you do some type of a massive crime like war crime and those stuff. That's when now the international law steps in.
Well, I've come to find out under international law, what our U.S. government does to us, as far as the kind of things that they try to prosecute us, taxation, things like that. Mm-hmm. They're breaking the law. They're violating our rights. They violate our rights every day. The United States government, they really do. Just like with certain things, with the surveillance, with the super AI. You know what I'm saying? What Palantir is trying to do. These are all violating our international human rights And a lot of people in the United States are not educated on that.
I won't say with the surveillance. It's to a certain extent.
Yeah, they're not supposed to surveil us the way they do.
To a certain extent, because that also helping crime, keeping crime down, and also helping them catching people that commit crime or fraud or anything that go against the law.
But see, that's where the catch-22 is at, because yeah, they are helping people solve crime and things like that. But what it is, I want to say that's maybe only 15 to that's only about 15 to 20%. So that's a very low percentage to be able to justify, to do this broad, to do this nationwide surveillance, to where basically you want to know everything that we're doing. No, you're violating our rights.
Well, is a certain extent that,
Yeah.
I mean, again, I agree where because of the surveillance they have, it's helping keeping our country and keeping the laws and keeping people, keeping the crime at bay.
Yeah.
However, there's a certain level still they stepping out of that boundary where they crossing borderline.
Yeah.
And that's the one I'm not supporting. But I support when they use it fairly.
Yeah.
You
I really can't wait till our federal government really gets overthrown or revamped to where you actually have people that actually want to be public servants. Because basically our federal government has just become they're self-serving, greedy bastards. That's all they are. They're not for the people. You know what I'm saying? They're not for the republic. They're not for our country. They worry about everybody else outside of the United States except for its own people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have our best interests at heart. All they're trying to do is fill their pockets, and basically, they sell themselves to the highest bidder. And that's what I'm beginning to learn about politicians, whether it be local, national, county, federal. You're not fooling nobody. Like, we see your nonsense. We see that they look out for Israel and Ukraine more than they look out for us. And that's the disgusting truth.
So you look in this now where our inflation is going up again.
Yeah.
And somehow Canada had this issue where they have this fire that's breaking out, right? And
Yeah.
that
Which I don't believe.
smoke.
Yeah, which I don't believe any. Because remember that the same thing happened exactly 3 years ago. Remember?
Yeah.
The same
It was
exact
3 years
thing.
or 2 years ago.
It was 3 years ago, 2023. I remember when it happened. Same exact thing happened.
I think something recently happened, like maybe a year ago, like that. Or
Not with
2
the
years
fires.
ago.
Nah, it was 3 years ago. That's when it happened.
That's how
It was
time
3 years
is
ago.
moving so fast, bro. Because
Yeah.
I remember when that happened. It seemed like it was last year.
Bro, look, it's already 2026. I feel like the pandemic happened yesterday. That was 6 years ago.
Well, the pandemic, I can understand it. This isn't, but like this issue from Canada, that smoke thing, it seemed like it was like last year, bro.
Nah, it was 3 years. I remember when it happened. Because I was at work or whatever, and I remember like the sky being orange.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
it's not
3 years passed already like that.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, definitely.
And then this time again they did it. It was just that it gave me a really bad headache. I'm glad that's why where I work at, I work in a post office, but I'm not a delivery man, so I didn't have to worry about being out in the street. But it was pretty.
Come along, my dear.
It was pretty. What do you call?
Well, you don't want to be on camera.
You're on camera.
No,
Smile.
you're on camera. Smile.
You're on candid camera.
Listen, I want my goat.
Oh, I found out. Remember when I kept ranting and raving about the curry goat from last year's barbecue that we had? Mike made that.
Really?
Yeah. He just doesn't eat goat because he's telling me, he says, I'm the one that. I said, Mike, I'm thinking it was some, I'm thinking it was another.
One of his people's.
Yeah, he's like, no, I made that. I said, dude, because I've been ranting and raving about that goat ever since. But he doesn't eat goat. Mike don't eat goat, but that
He
goat
doesn't
was.
eat meat. So
No, he doesn't.
let me find
He's
out.
a pescatarian, though. He eats fish. That's the only meat they eat. I don't think he eats chicken. He eats fish.
What I don't understand, including my uncle, I mean, for years they've been doing this, and some of these, I laugh at these vegetarians. They're like, they don't eat meat, but they eat fish.
So they call pescatarians,
so let me
not
ask you a
vegetarians.
question. It's like, what do you think fish is?
Fish is meat.
And for years, even my uncle, I mean, for years I'm asking them the same thing. What you think fish is?
Yeah. Fish is meat.
Oh, it's not meat. Oh, and then sometimes I had a conversation with a neighbor here too,
Yeah.
and they were saying that poultry chicken is not really meat. And I'm sitting there and I was like, God, the
Yes, it
level
is.
of ignorance I mean, I'm not sure if it's ignorance and arrogance at the same time. I'm like, how poultry chicken is not meat?
It's meat. It's meat. Look, that's why I don't do that. Look, I eat beef. I eat chicken. I eat pork. I eat fish. You know, it just depends if, if you're eating a ration or whatever. I'm not, obviously, I'm more, don't get me wrong, I'm more geared towards, like, I grew up on meat and potatoes, so I eat a lot of beef. Like, I eat a lot of beef. I eat a lot of pork. You know, I just started, as I got older, I started eating more fish. Because fish is good for you. It's a good balance.
Yeah, actually,
eat fish.
My doctor had my checkup, my annual checkup every year, and he told me that I need to start
eating fish?
Try to push more fish, which is good because it gives you healthy cholesterol.
Yes, it does.
And
yes, it does.
Also hold down your
But what's crazy, I eat a lot of shellfish though, which is high in cholesterol. I need to eat more regular fish. But the only regular fish I really like is snapper.
That's my
salmon.
favorite.
And salmon.
Snapper and the salmon. They have
I like grouper too.
Grouper, and they're expensive.
I used to love tilapia, but I found out tilapia is not a real fish.
It's not. It's like one of those.
It's like a farm fish.
I think
or
it's
something.
like a scavenger fish, just like.
Yeah, like porgies.
Yeah.
See, I don't eat porgies. Porgies got too many bones.
A certain fish out of the circle of snapper, they have a fish what I grew up within Jamaica. I know of it. It's called, we call it wrenchman. So it looks similar to snapper.
Okay.
Same color, same design, everything, but it's not a snapper, but it's just smaller. Like the snappers are bigger.
It's meaty.
But it has the same color, same design, everything. What I know of growing up, hearing the people call it wrenchman.
Oh, wrenchman.
And I even though I was asking my family member about it, I was like, what's actually this fish name, what we call it, wrenchman? And I never really get an answer for it.
Wrenchman, so, I gotta look that up. Oh, and I like whiting. I like whiting fish. I like flounder. It looks
almost like snapper, but the only thing is that snapper is bigger and longer. This now, it's shorter. It's shorter. Same color, a little bit more stockier, but
okay. So it's meaty.
It's smaller. Yeah, it's smaller. The snapper now, they're a little bit wider and longer.
Yeah.
This one is no more smaller and about this size, but same color.
Okay.
So I mean, like, I'm still gonna research and see if that's really our
wrenchman. I need to look that up.
Again, I don't know, because Jamaican always give. I mean, they give.
They make up their own names. I know.
So you gotta.
I wonder if it's snook. Because what kind of fish is snook?
I don't know what is snook.
Snook. It might be snook. Snook is like a certain kind of fish, and maybe that's the wrenchman. Snook is like another kind of fish.
Yeah, but what color is it though? Because as I said, this
actually not snook. I don't think snook is red though.
Is red?
I don't think it is red. I think snook might be brown.
So the wrenchman, what we call wrenchman, has the same color as the snapper. But I don't know. Anyway, so the thing is with this issue now that's going on, that tearing down the market now, we have Trump is pushing back because they claim that they want Canada to, I guess, clean up their mess or clean up. And Canada said, why don't you send help? Just like how we send help when you have problems over
exactly.
here. So why don't you send help and stop gobbling your mouth? And I'm sitting here like the conspiracy crap what these people push, like, oh, it's some things they're doing illegally and they're purposely doing this stuff and stuff like that. I'm like, when California catch these wildfire, I mean...
Well, I'm not going to lie. I feel like with these fires, I feel that there's some fuckery afoot.
People can create these fires.
I really feel that there's... Because even with the California wildfires, I just feel like there's fuckery afoot. Because they're doing it in strategic areas. Like, remember, with those big California wildfires, right? You got to remember, with those, that was along a certain area, right? With the LA fires and things like that. That this was an area that they wanted to clean, because they're trying to make that certain area, they want to make a 15-minute city in that area.
15-minute city?
A 15-minute city. You know, they keep talking about those 15-minute cities.
What
a 15-minute city is basically a city to where everything is, you live there, you work there, and everything is within 15 minutes of each other.
Oh, okay.
To me, it sounds like a concentration
I think I heard,
camp.
I think I did hear something
so
like that.
So, they're trying to do this initiative. This whole goes with the, with the whole, with the electric vehicles and all this and the green initiative. It's a bunch of nonsense. I think they're really trying to, to me, it just seems like a fancy concentration camp. to where they're trying to keep everybody in. But then what I found interesting is that water rights, when you own water rights in the state of California, that's a big thing. That's a really, really big
Water
thing.
rights in what
because
sense?
water is very scarce. Like basically you own the rights to the water. As far as
you
the
own
water,
rights to the
you
water.
can own rights to the water. Water rights. Look it up. Water rights. Water rights is basically like you make money off of the municipality. Because remember, water rights means like, say for instance, say if, like the New York City water, we get that. That comes from the reservoir upstate.
Right, but
So somebody in that somebody owns the rights to that reservoir.
in the city usually own those things.
No, the city rents.
So those are
So basically, the water that the city's using from this reservoir, whoever owns those rights, they got to pay those people. And usually people that own these are billionaires. Like I come to find out in the state of California, I forgot their name.
I mean, owning a reservoir, that's
yeah. Well, just owning water rights, just owning the rights to the water. You don't have to necessarily own the reservoir, but you own the rights to the water.
I don't think you can't own water because
you
at the end,
it's a really, to be honest with you, it's a really disgusting thing to do because this is what the mega rich, the elite, like
so
the people that we don't hear
thing,
about.
It's the same thing
So-
if you with oil.
Yeah, so
Right?
exactly. Basically, it's the same thing. It's another commodity like that, like oil, exactly. Just like that. Like how you got oil rights, you got water rights. Same way you got soil rights. So
If you go and dig and you find
that family,
struck
you know that
water.
juice that you see? You know the juice that you see in the supermarket that is pomegranate and it's called Balm or Palm or something like that? It's a real famous juice. There's this married couple. They live in, I think, Monterey, California. Very billionaire couple. They're worth like $7 billion or something like that. They're very, very low key, very low under the radar. They own about 90% of the water rights in the state of California.
Damn.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be trillion or quadrillion.
Yeah, they're definitely. No, they're probably worth more than what they say on paper. You got to remember, whatever a billionaire is worth on paper, most likely is probably 2 to 3 times more than that.
But water, see, oil you can get away with by not, you don't have to survive with oil. Water you cannot.
Yeah.
You have to. So you have water rights. You're supposed to, what's the next thing after trillion?
Like,
I think it's like quadrillion. Quintillion,
Let me find out right now. Hold on.
It's supposed to be a quintillion a year.
Yes, no, but it's not like what I'll show you right now. What family? Let me look it up.
That's crazy,
Hey
though.
Siri. Hey Siri.
Siri on the time break right now.
Who owns the majority of water rights in the state of California?
Siri confused.
Oh, it's funny. See this California's water rates are set by an independent third party, the California Public Utilities Commission. That's what they say. See? Siri's trying to be okay. Siri's trying to
But you know that
You think you're slick, Siri?
You know that these guys gonna program these things to give out
Of course.
information. Just
Of
like,
course.
for instance, when Trump claimed that now is the what do you call it with the Mexican the Gulf of Mexico, right? When he talking about now is the U.S. of Mexico, and Google went and changed the shit into their infrastructure. So when you do a search of Mexico, Gulf of Mexico, it come up with U.S. So Mexico said, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna see," and started and trying to sue Google, and Google have to reverse that crap. I don't know even what came out of it. If they still have that saying, if that is the Gulf. I mean, like, how the heck you gonna rename a country product or a country item or whatever the case may be, and just take it over like that? And just label it as what you. I'm like, yo, this guy here is something else, bro. You can't make this. You can't make it up. You can't make this up, folks. Even if you try.
Here they are. That's the name I was looking for. The Resnicks. That's who they are. Stuart and Linda Resnick. Okay, they're current owners of the Wonderful Company. You know what the Wonderful Company is? Those are the people that have pistachios, almonds, Fiji water. So, like, you know those bags that we see?
Yeah.
With the pistachios? They own that. But then also, okay, why they matter, they control a large share of the Kern Water Bank, one of the biggest underground water storage systems in the state. That bank could hold 1.5 million acre feet, hundreds of billions of gallons. The company can buy, store, and sell water strategically, giving them serious leverage. So those are the Resniks. That's who they are.
You have water rights like that controlling. So in my ignorance, I thought that I didn't know that this applies just like when you are applying oil. You know.
Yeah.
So a person who go out and digging up somewhere and then struck a water bank at the end of the day, they now pretty much have the rights for that.
Well, they can claim the rights. They can claim the rights if it's not already claimed. See, like they own that, because most likely the reason why they own those water rights is because how you get water rights is the land that you buy. So basically, this land that they bought, you have to own the land. So this is how people get rights to certain things. This is how you get rights to oil, because you buy the land.
Which makes sense, and
that's the loophole. This is a billionaire's game. You and I will never ever get to play in that field. This is a billionaire's game.
The other thing too, you never own the land in the U.S.
Huh?
You never own land in the U.S. Like if you buy a house, you may own the house.
Yeah,
that's as far as you own, but you're not going to own the land.
Well, no, remember, you're talking about as far as property being an owner. When I say land, I'm talking about these people own. These people own, like they'll own hundreds and thousands of acres. And that's land. And then what it is, remember, if it's undeveloped land, they're not paying taxes on it. They're getting a tax break on it because it's undeveloped land. But on that undeveloped land, they have a 1.5 million acre underground water well. So they also own the rights to that water. And they can sell that water, do whatever they want to it. And remember, they're not selling the water to people like me and you. They're selling the water to municipalities. They're selling their water to the city of Sacramento. They're selling their water to the city of Los Angeles.
Well, they can sell the water to anybody who want to buy it.
Exactly, but they're dealing with municipalities because they're not. So now this is a billionaire's ball game.
So we're now.
This is something that you and I would never touch.
We're now the water, the stuff, meaning the water that come and run into our faucets.
Yes.
Right? So where that's coming from now? Isn't the same like...
That's coming from a reservoir. So say, for instance, the water in New York City comes from Croton Reservoir, which is all the way up state. Like there's a reservoir in Yonkers, right by the racetrack.
Yeah.
But that reservoir is for Yonkers. That's for Yonkers, Westchester County. Our reservoir for New York City, there's a pipeline. I think it goes all the way upstate. I want to say it's like near Albany or some shit like that. Or they call it the Croton Reservoir. Reservoir, nobody owns the reservoir, but whoever owns that land that the reservoir sits on, they have the rights to that water. So basically, they're getting, even though and mind you, they're selling their only customer is the 5 boroughs of New York, that's a huge customer to have. So they're making revenue. They're getting residuals off of that water. So say, for instance, when we pay water bills, right? You know, if you own a home, obviously you pay a water bill. If you have an apartment, you don't pay a water bill. That's when you're a homeowner.
The landlord pays.
The landlord pays
you,
it.
independent.
The landlord pays it. So, for instance, say all those water bills that are getting paid, that, they're charging you, the water company's paying you for water. The water company, in turn, gives a percentage of whatever money they make. They got to give it to the people that own the water rights.
That reservoir.
And mind you, these are people that you and I will never hear about. Never hear about.
Silent trillionaires.
Exactly. Exactly. Silent billionaires, trillionaires.
Trillionaires.
This is that's serious money. These are people that are worth so much money that they pay millions of dollars to keep their names out of the news. You understand? Like, even if somebody's watching this, I'm like, fuck, see something like that, that'll get me in trouble. But everybody knows I don't care. Come and get me.
They will.
There's a lot in my head. There's a lot I know. So if I know that,
they will.
So if I know that, I probably know where you live at. I probably know your social, and I could probably get to you before you can.
No,
get to me.
don't. They're just gonna knock you out. They have trillions of dollars.
They never.
They just hire two.
How do you know?
Listen, all they do, they just hire another two toxicity.
Bro, how do they know? I might have 30 clones running around this world right now. You don't know that.
You know what, folks? I'm just gonna even moving right along for that.
No, but that's something you guys just learned about water rights. So if anybody's interested in that, just look up water rights. Look up water rights in the state. Who owns the most water rights in the state of New York? Obviously, I just said the Resniks. They probably, they own the Wonderful Company. So trust me, if you buy stuff, what you guys are buying, the pomegranate juice, the pistachios, the almonds, Fiji water, yeah, you're putting money in their pocket, and that's who they are. They're the Resnicks.
You know, I'm gonna start a search in these lands and see if I can shuck water, because I think I would rather own.
You want to own the land.
I would rather own or struck water than I would struck oil. Like how some people digging for oil, I would rather dig for water.
And then you know what's the big thing now in the United States? Cobalt. Cobalt is the stuff that makes lithium batteries. So you have a lot of cobalt mines. Remember the big giant mudslide in Asheville, North Carolina a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
You know what's underneath all that dirt, right?
A cobalt.
A lot of cobalt. A lot of cobalt.
So who owned that?
Now this is when you get
that's
these
supposed to be free.
This is when you get these construction companies that they start fracking. And fracking is actually pretty dangerous. Fracking is basically mining. That's when they go. That's when you see with those big mines with the big things and they're digging.
Right.
That's fracking. But what happens when you start fracking, yeah, you're getting all this stuff, but what it is, remember, underneath all that, underneath like layers and layers of soil, there's natural gas. So if you frack too deep, you let that gas out, that can cause an explosion. That's dangerous. That can cause an explosion. That's bad for if it gets in the water, then it taints the water. And that's what, and then, so a lot of places, like you figure like down in Asheville, North Carolina, there's huge, cobalt. That's what I'm saying, like that whole mudslide thing, that was suspicious to me because there's a huge, I want to say there's like hundreds and hundreds and thousands of acres of cobalt underneath that whole mudslide.
Yeah, I think these guys.
So whatever company has the rights to that.
These guys, they claim that, I mean, the world is overpopulated. So, and some of these things that you think about.
The world's definitely not overpopulated.
I don't
They're
agree.
lying.
I disagree.
They're lying.
I mean, from even back.
The world is definitely not overpopulated.
This radio station, what he's called again?
Oh.
He literally said on the radio station, I cannot remember his name. He had, he was one of those popular radio jockey out there, and he claimed, or he did, saying that there's too much people and we need to get rid of these some people off this planet because the planet is overpopulated.
That's a lie.
And I'm sitting there.
That is a lie. Our planet is not overpopulated.
How this planet is overpopulated when you have so many countries out there that is, I mean.
That guy's a eugenicist. That guy, whoever said that, he's a eugenicist. That's what Bill Gates' father is. Bill Gates' father is a eugenicist, and so was Bill Gates. Because they try to say that the world is overpopulated and they want to depopulate the world.
Again, I guess people want to turn God now at the end of the day. I mean,
no, because it's all about this is. I'm not gonna lie, eugenicism that goes hand in hand with white supremacy.
The less people hear, the more they have.
Exactly.
That's pretty much what it comes down to.
Exactly.
So,
but it's never gonna happen, because if you really think of it, everybody, you know how they keep saying that we're the minority.
Well, they said the pandemic was part of that plan.
Of course, that was a depopulation agenda, but. You see how they say that we're the minority, like us of color? Mm-hmm. We're actually not. We're the majority. We're just a minority here in this country, but that's changing. If you think of it, like if you break it down globally, there's more dark-skinned people in the world than there is white people or Albions. There's more of us than there is of them. So in actuality, globally, on a global scale, they're the minority, not us.
That I didn't know. And I mean, I'm thinking.
But they got us fooled because in the United States, they got us thinking that we're the minority, which at one point we were, but we never were, because you got to remember, all the natives that were all here, these are dark-skinned people. We never were the minority.
That is facts.
This was a con. This was a psyop that they pulled on us, and we're really not the minority. The power's in numbers, and people don't understand is that, and because people are, they're brainwashed, they're stuck in a psyop. If they really wake up. You know what I'm saying? We really are the majority, and we really have the power. The power's in numbers. But unfortunately, they're hypnotized to think that they're not. And we actually are the majority. We actually do have. We do have a lot of power. We have a lot more power than we give ourselves credit for.
But then again, the issue is that people don't know that. Yeah. So
people are lazy. People are lazy. People are lazy. They're ignorant.
So
it's very easy not to know nothing.
Yeah.
As opposed to knowing,
do anything to
as opposed to knowing
information out.
People prefer beautiful lies as opposed to an uncomfortable truth. Where I prefer an uncomfortable truth over a beautiful lie.
Yep.
Because all women are beautiful, and I know that you all are liars.
All women are not beautiful.
All women are beautiful. All women are beautiful.
then I would say all human beings are
No,
beautiful.
all women are beautiful except the fat, ugly ones. But yeah.
So how that make any sense? All, understand the word all.
Yes.
So you're contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not.
All cannot be some.
All women are beautiful. But you know what that means? Since all women are beautiful, all women are liars.
Something is really.
What do you mean
really,
there's something wrong with me?
Anyway,
Bro,
we're stricken that from the
I
record.
just know you're not stricken it up for the
You're
record. I
stricken
say
it.
nothing wrong.
Yes, you did, because you're talking
I
about
did
all
it.
fat. We're not discriminating. We're not doing none of that.
Yes,
at the end
we
of the day.
are.
And he also contradicting himself about all
Yes, we are,
women,
because
but yet some.
if
women.
you're fat and ugly, I'm only messing with you behind
Then
closed
that's
doors,
not all.
not in public.
Then that's not all.
Which-
Something. I think he used to eat paint chips and
what do you mean?
and drink toilet water at times. This is nut. And they're coming for him though. Just give it time. When you don't
Bro,
see
then
him
I
on the
go,
show,
come and get me. Come and get me.
I leave Yahoo for you.
Come and get me.
And Kandadi.
I live at 20 Glenby Lane. Okay, Northport, Long Island, 11751. Come and
That's
get
not
me.
even a zip code for
Huh?
no. You over here making up shit. I don't even know what. Anyway, folks, listen. There's when you look at our economy right now, Trump, his baby, I would even say his baby daddy.
That's your stepfather, bro. That's your stepdaddy.
He's keep on creating problem while he's sitting there making billions. I tell
Yeah.
you, this guy, when he walk out of this office, I think he's still trying to run. He may want to run for third because he's entertaining. He's trying to entertain it, saying that you never know that he may be doing the third term.
He's doing everything on behalf of Israel, and he's just just showing. He's just really showing the world that you're basically just a Zionist puppet. I really thought you were your own man, Donnie. You kind of find out you're a puppet.
I don't know if that is facts at the end of the day.
That's exactly
as I
what
said.
it is.
We don't know if that
The
is
Zionist puppet.
but we know he has close relationship with Yahoo.
Netanyahu.
Yeah, and
Netanyahu, they're coming for you. I can't wait till they get you, Netanyahu.
Yahoo, they said if you come to New York, man, they're gonna get.
They're gonna get you, Netanyahu.
But the another day, Kandadi, he cap out. He's like, nah, well, wait, see, this is a federal. But then, why did you make that statement in the first place?
He's another one, Mamdani. Mamdani's full of shit too. Saying you can all these people like, oh, he's a good guy, he's for the people. No, he's not. But I'm tired of saying I just want to see everything unfold, and then when you guys are crying 3-4 years later, oh my God, he did. I'm gonna be like, ha ha, because I told you and you don't listen.
But he coming out with this thing here. One of the thing he was also trying to run on his promise.
He looks like an Indian Jeffrey Epstein too. That's his love child.
With that what you call it, the grocery thing, where free grocery and all that stuff.
That didn't come into fruition.
Well, he claimed that they found some spot in, I think it's Harlem, where they're gonna rebuild.
Yeah, La Maqueta
and
on 116th Street.
And it's gonna take. It's about, I think it's like 20. When the election is coming for him,
They're trying to say that's gonna cost $30 million. That's a heist. He's trying to take $30 million out the budget.
Here's what I think, because that should not take you that long to build or to structure.
La Maqueta's already there.
So
all they got to do is, it's already there. It's already a structure that's built.
Here's the scheme. What I think they run, the possibility of the scheme. You are telling that this is gonna take 4 years, which is ending of time. So he put that in place, knowing that by the ending of his term, he's probably gonna try to use that as a piggy bank to try to say, well, what I'm doing, see, I'm bringing up the grocery store, and that is not going to take you that long to do. Minimum probably about a year. Why is going to take you almost the end of your term?
He's full of crap.
So he's putting things in place, and he's kind of weighing it, using that as a tool, probably. Yeah. Well, this is all speculation, folks. I don't know this man's mind. But how he's playing things and things what he's saying, I'm assuming based on his language, what he's using in his term, that the possibility that this strategy, this is what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
Because if you're building a supermarket, the land is already there, the structure is already there. It's just for you to clean up, rebuild certain areas and stuff like that, and call it a day. Why is it going to take you 4 years to do that?
Exactly.
And then, because around that time is election time, so maybe you're going to use that as a piggy bank to try to get reinserted again for another 4
But
years.
he's not, because I'm hoping, like, the people of New York City, first of all, you made a grave mistake by voting for this man. I've been saying this since, before he even got elected.
Y'all gonna learn. Y'all learning.
And you are going to learn. And then, but what's crazy is that you voted for him, and I know in 3-4 years they're going to be complaining. This is what you voted for. Afterward, we repeatedly told you on here, don't vote for this man. I know there was other people that told you not to vote for this man. Okay? And all, like you said, like Mike said all the time, all you heard was the word free.
And you run with the emotion.
And all logic and reason goes right out the window.
Right out the window.
Right out the window. Where if you know that any smart man like me and Mr. Mago, we know ain't nothing in this world free. Ain't nothing in this life free.
And even
nothing.
And even with that, there's rules and regulation, regardless if you are just like Trump, as crazy as he is. There's and some of them you override and still go berserk with them, but there's still rules and regulation where you still have to abide. There are certain things, even though sometimes you override Congress, because Congress is the one that create laws, make them, and sign off on them. Some of the laws he can sign off on, but there are certain laws where he cannot sign. The Congress have to do it, even though sometimes once in a blue moon he will go against Congress, and Congress sitting there like, how is this happen? You're dumb enough to allow this man with all of this foolishness to bypass Congress, and I mean, I don't get it.
But then
and
you
then
also
your
got to
guys
remember,
sit there complaining and like, oh, is unconditional or what the word I'm looking for.
But then you also got to remember, 90% of Congress, they're full of shit too, and they're on the take because they're taking money from all different types of people too. Congress ain't innocent. They're taking all types of money. They're taking all types of minutes. They're taking all types of money too.
But there's rules and regulation that's set up that governs all of us. You have a family. You have the father and the mother that governs the child. The father and the mother now may be governed by the government or other entity that controls what they do or say. So. Or if not, then we have God, that governs over us.
Exactly.
So we all have someone who we have to look up to and guide us and kind of a control. I wouldn't want to use the word really control, but the reality is that control. It is factual where people control us. At the same time, you guys allow Congress. You guys allow this man to do foolishness, and there's no repercussion from it. You sit there, oh, this guy, you can't do that. No, he just did.
He just did. And you're sitting there complaining.
And you're sitting there complaining, oh, it's simple. But what? You're scared to do it because maybe you have something in the back end, or maybe you're getting some type of
They're
kickback.
On the take, exactly. They're
whatever
getting a
crap
kickback.
you guys are doing. It's crazy. I don't get you guys.
They're on a kickback, and they're supposed to represent us. They don't represent us. They don't represent anybody. Those people don't represent anybody but their own self-interest. That's all they represent. They don't represent any of us. They really
see the
don't.
Republicans. You see all this type of foolishness. There's nothing Trump can do, and 1 and 2 now they kind of getting
exactly.
They are getting really annoyed with the situation on his behavior. Where now some of 1 and 2 Republicans now are just like they're going against him now, and that is understandable over time. But majority of them still there kissing behind, and they're scared because if Trump turned against them. They pretty much will get boycott in society. And they're fearful of that. And so they would throw all legal rights, they will throw all moralities, they will throw all ethics, all principles out the window just to make sure that this guy is happy.
Yeah. I mean, look at the nonsense they just
pulled.
Look at the nonsense they just pulled where every single Republican voted for merging our military with the Israeli military.
That is insane.
That's nonsense, okay? All my military people, you fight for your country. You don't fight for another country. Israel is not our ally. Israel is not our friend, okay? For my people in military, if I was in military, I would protest immediately because that's not happening, okay? We're not fighting their wars. We're tired of fighting their wars. Been fighting their wars for 80 years, okay? Thank God it got kibosh. They passed, but see, that shows you these guys that did that. We know you're on the payroll. We know you took money from AIPAC. For everybody that voted for our militaries to merge, we know you took money from AIPAC. Tell me you took money from AIPAC without telling me you took money from AIPAC. You voted for that. Okay? That's treason as far as I'm concerned. Because we're American. We're not Israeli.
The other thing too, what by you saying that triggers something too. where the
I know damn bugs.
the Republicans and the Democrat agreed on this bill.
Yeah.
What they were supposed to support. Trump is supposed to sign, and he refused to sign it because the bill. One of the things he want to incorporate, or one of the things he want them to sign and to go off, is the natural citizen thing, where if you weren't born here, what is it? The immigration
the birthright
thing,
citizenship.
Birthright citizenship.
Yeah.
He want them to sign off on it, and there was another thing he want them to sign off, and he said, because of that, because you guys didn't sign off of that, I'm not signing shit. Between Congress,
Yeah.
well, not Congress, the Republicans and the
Yeah.
Democrat saw eye to eye,
Yeah.
where they sit down for weeks or probably months and came to an agreement, both parties 100% on board with this thing. And the thing what they were signing off on is to create affordable housing
Yeah.
and other stuff along with it. Trump refused to sign it because he said, if you're not signing my birthright citizenship crap and these other laws, I think there was another law he want them to sign,
Yeah.
I am not signing shit. So you'd rather the country go to shit. People can't afford shit because you want to create some type of a racist crap, what with these immigrants and all this crap, what
Yeah.
you're trying to do. I'm not saying that don't get rid of the illegal people that is here,
Yeah.
and so forth and so on. But how you going by doing some of the things what you're allowing ICE to do? It's crazy. It is crazy, and as I said, I am not gonna sit here and agree that it is a catch. Or I wouldn't say it's a catch. I would say it is a touchy situation because I'm going to put myself in it. Let's say if I had a family member here, they may come up legally, visa and everything, and, they decide they want to take off and try to make this life, a better place by them not going. I mean, yes, they're breaking the law. Would I now support them of being here? Yes or probably no. I don't know. It's a touchy situation. So I understand the situation at the end of the day, because I could say one thing here now, and then if I wind up in the situation, it's a different story.
Yeah.
But at the same time, my thing is, you guys, I mean, this country is running for years, decades, centuries with these laws. Changing these laws now, I mean, I understand. I think Mike did share with us too that some of these other countries, if not all of them, don't really have that type of law. Because if you come to a country, like I think England is one of them he mentioned, if you go to that country and you have kid there, you're still not a citizen.
You're still not a citizen, exactly.
You're still not a citizen there. So I can still understand it in the sense, if that's the case, but they have this law for decades. You have all type of presidents come in and they never try to change it.
Yeah.
So why all of a sudden you're trying to change? Now, if you're still going after the criminals, I'm not saying do not stop going after the illegal criminals, the ones that's here illegally and also creating crimes and doing all type of mischief, murder and stuff like that. Burn them, get rid of them at the end of the day. But the innocence that's here, even though they come, I mean, I don't want to contradict myself too, because that's kind of a contradiction. They're breaking the law.
Yeah.
So it's a touchy situation where I was saying that if they're here, trying to work with them and try to get some, because they're here and they're contributing to society. But again, they're breaking the law.
Yeah.
So how do you go by that? I mean, it is really touchy. I don't really know how to balance that out.
Well, I think the reason why they're so stressing it now, to where the reason why they're stressing it now, especially with the birthright citizenship, because you have millions and millions of people coming to this country every
Purposely,
year. Purposely give birth to their kid on American soil.
And then they leave with them.
Yeah, but then on top of that, they take all these benefits. And then what it is right now, the reason why, because as far as Americans go, we're strapped. Like, we're strapped for cash. And it's not just us. I work in Bronxville. It's a very wealthy town. Okay? These people have money. They know how to move their money around. The people that I talk to that have money, that know how to move their money around, they're even telling me that times are tight for them.
Yeah, I know.
And these are people
wealthy people.
These are wealthy people. So it affects all of us. And something like that, because these people that are coming here, giving birth to somebody, and then going back to their country or taking advantage of all the monetary benefits that you can get while you're here. When those monetary benefits should be going to somebody that's from here. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of families out here starving that are from here, generations deep, and they're not receiving any assistance at all. Our own government is basically telling us, oh, suck it up. But then you're allowing these people to come in here because basically, I know what you're doing. You're stacking the deck. You're stacking, and this is more so, this isn't a Republican thing. This is more so a Democratic ploy. Because now you're stacking the deck because then this way when election time comes, now you have these in-house votes. Because, you know, they're going to feel some sort of allegiance because you helped them out. Oh, you know, let's vote for these people. And that's a dirty game. Because at the end of the day, this is the United States, and you should be looking after United States citizens and, you know, the United States nationals. Because this is our country. Like, this is my country. I don't go anywhere. This is all I know. My mother's Venezuelan. You don't see me going to Venezuela. I don't want to go to Venezuela. For one, it's a communist country now. From what I understand, it's getting a little bit better. But I would never go there. You know, say if things were flipped, things were really bad here, and things were really good in Venezuela. I'm not going to go to Venezuela to have a kid and then reap all the benefits from over there. I'm from here. So I'm going to do what I got to do, and I'm going to thug it out, and I'm going to figure out a way.
You're looking at it this way. Well, you're already in wealth. So it's a high chance that you won't really do that. But reverse it.
Yeah.
If you are in Venezuela and then coming here to have a kid, I mean, you have much more benefits to receive from the U.S. than you have it receiving from Venezuela.
But I was saying, say for instance, if the United States was bad, like say monetarily, money-wise, we were bad here, and Venezuela was very rich. I wouldn't go, even if Venezuela was rich, and I'm from here. I'm not going to do that because they have their own people, they have their own countrymen to take care of, and this is what I mean with our own country and our own government is that you're not looking after your own people. You're looking after everybody else, but you're not looking after your own people.
And this is what I don't understand with this country too. Very wealthy and stuff like that.
Very extremely wealthy.
But the fact of the matter is that you still have so many homeless people here. You still have people who are dying from hunger. And you claim that you are the number one country in the world. No, you're not the number one country in the world. You claim that you are, what is it? They're saying, you're the number one country. Yeah. You're not.
They're trying to make it where the majority of us is going to be peasants and poor and barely getting by, while you have these elite families, you know, the other 10% that they get everything. That, you know, that basically like they want to go back to like kings and queens. I'm sorry, I'm not a peasant. I'm not a peasant. I'm not a pauper. And trust me, if it ever does get to that, somebody like me will organize 1,000 people to take over your kingdom.
Look, one of the things what I did like what they were doing at the end of the day, they were doing some swamp cleaning as originally what Trump. So when he brought in Elon Musk and they were doing it, and then obviously they fall apart and stuff like that. Yeah. What happened to that swamp cleaning?
Yeah, what happened to that? Cleaning out the swamp.
Everything
and then, Elon brought all his people in, the Afrikaners or whatever they call them, all them white people from South Africa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They brought them over here, gave them all kinds of stuff and benefits and things like that. Like, come on, man.
Remember there was a group of people where they got, so I think they were claiming that, they crucifying them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think
Trump
they came over here.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But it's like, you know,
there was nothing like that.
It's once again, you're looking out for everybody else except for your own countrymen. Except for your own country. And it's nonsense. It's nonsense.
Totally nonsense.
Yeah, and it's not. And as Americans, what makes me mad is that as Americans, and I speak this to all Americans, you're smarter than that. You're tougher than that. I don't understand why you sit here and just get played. Oh, there's nothing we can do about it. Yes, there is something you can do about it. You speak up. You organize.
I don't understand.
You keep your foot on their neck. You hold the representatives that you voted for. You hold them accountable for their actions, and stop believing everything that they tell you. Because everything that they tell you is a lie.
I don't understand where you can find millions of dollars, millions. Like, for instance, case in point, we have this war going on, what you guys created, right?
Exactly.
Unnecessarily.
Exactly.
Now, you spend billions of dollars, probably going on to trillions now. Then now I understand that they're going to the Pentagon or Congress asking for either trillions of dollars or billions of dollars to go continue fighting this war.
Yeah.
First, you don't have this money because you have people now who are doing always on Section 8. You have people who on welfare, etc.,
Yeah.
etc. You complain about these people, and you're talking about you want to restructure the system and get these people out. But yet, you're not making an effort to put things in place to get them off the system. But yet, when money is needed to clean up homelessness, to clean up all type of other situation for this population in this country,
All of a
you
sudden,
don't
there's
have
no money.
money.
There's no money.
But you can find trillions of dollars easily to go help other countries like Ukraine and other countries that need help. And I'm not knocking because I like helping people. And I'm not knocking down that you don't help. You're not the only wealthy country in the world that you can help out. Like for instance, Ukraine. You're not the only countries out there. Yes, maybe Ukraine allies and stuff like that, and the country is probably not a part of that.
We shouldn't be helping
structure.
Ukraine with anything.
But at the same time, not just Ukraine, anywhere else. You are not the only wealthy country in the world where you could, like for instance, Ukraine. Let me use Ukraine as an example. Let's say you were given, I think now, is it the same $40 billion they're given on a monthly basis, or every 3 months now, or every half a year, or whatever the case may be? I'm not sure what they, if they still is the $40 billion they're giving per month or per whatever. But at the same time, if you come together and say, all right, you know what, let me give Ukraine $2 billion. Then you have England, $2 billion.
Yeah.
You have Australia, $2 billion. You have, these other wealthy countries can combine, China.
And we shouldn't be
and
giving
so
these
forth.
countries anything. All this money should be going right back into our infrastructure here in America. Every single dollar. We shouldn't be giving these countries anything.
You claim that this country is the number one. You claim that this country is so wealthy and so, which we are at the end of the day. While you have so much problems here, because what? Most of you guys go in office and you rob the system.
Exactly. You're giving away
Pretty
money.
much.
Or what you're doing, like all that money that gets sent to Ukraine, that money gets sent to Ukraine to get washed to put right back in your pocket right here in America. You think we don't know that?
Well, I don't have no facts for that, so I
don't need facts. I told you I got a PhD in fuckery. You know how I know they're doing that? Because if I had the power, I'd do it. So I know you're definitely doing it.
So your corruption and their corruption.
I'm extremely corrupt. Do you know the difference between them and me? I don't hide that I'm corrupt.
Folks,
I just don't have the resources.
As I said,
I just don't have the resources. But I'll tell you this much. Even if I did have that kind of power, I'm not, if I had the kind of power to where I was ruler of the United States, okay?
We pray to God.
Not president, ruler. I'm not giving 1 red cent to any other country outside of my country. I'm putting it right back into the infrastructure.
And this is
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to have a couple of things too, like, I will have my own harem in each state. That have about maybe 20, 25 girls. But that's just my own thing. It's not going to come out the tax dollar payer, but what I'm saying is that if I was to rule, all my money goes right back into this country. All the money, whatever. I'm not giving a red cent to anybody. I don't care if we get cut off by the rest of the world. At this point, to be honest, we don't need the rest of the world.
Well, we need the rest of the world.
No, we don't.
We cannot.
They need us. We don't need them.
At the end of the day, every one of us need us. We need together. As rich as this country may be, as wealthy as this country may be, if the world should isolate, yes, we may survive to a certain extent.
They need us. We don't need them.
If the world should isolate the United States of America and separate themselves from it and leave us alone, we will survive to a certain extent. Let's give a number.
We will flourish.
Let's give a hypothetical number. Let's say if the world isolate us and say, you know what, we are boycotting you. The U.S. would probably, and we give a whole from January to December. I think this country would last maybe a year.
Nah.
Or a year or
we'll
2
flourish.
years.
Bro, we will flourish. Let me tell you something.
Till they fall apart.
The
U.S. will not survive.
When I become supreme ruler of the U.S., I'm going to make every country kiss the ring. That's what I'm going to do. Right? That's what I'm going to do. When I become, I'm not saying if I become, when I become supreme ruler of the United States, every single one of you will kiss the ring. Kiss the ring.
Kiss what ring?
The ring. The ring. Kiss the ring.
His toxicity is also delusional.
All hail King Tox. I'm not delusional.
I think this guy used to drink gasoline too when he was younger.
You know,
Just all
damn
type of-
gasoline.
Listen, folks. Listen. At the end of the day, we all need. There was a study, and to kind of bring the correlation to what I was saying earlier on, that the U.S. will not survive. It will survive to a certain extent until it falls. If the world should isolate themselves,
I don't think
there
they
was a
would.
study, a scientific study, talks about how human being, when a baby is born, and just overall human being, adult we last longer, but for a baby, if a baby is born and no one touches it, it doesn't get any a touch.
Oh, it dies.
From eventually it will die.
Yeah.
So in correlation or in context, if this country, as wealthy as it may be, if it isolates, because remember, for us to survive, we deal with other countries where we do trading, we do stuff like that, and so on and so on.
But we don't have to.
We have to. It's not a question. We may have a more upper hand in the sense of the other countries may trade and say they do like almost 80% of their stuff. We now may probably do 20.
This is exactly what would happen.
But at the same time, we still have to depend on.
I feel if we were
other
to
countries.
isolate ourselves from the rest of the world, I feel that the United States would flourish, and the rest of the countries wouldn't be doing so well.
You're definitely delusional.
No, I'm not. I really feel that way. Look, as an American, bro, I'm going to tell you something. Americans are very self-sufficient people, bro. They're self-starters.
Why you think U.S. is so wealthy? Is not because of is it because of them self-sustain? No, they survive and they're wealthy because of the world what they work with.
But that's a percentage. That's not the majority. I really feel that the U.S. would be, if we were to isolate ourselves, we'd be fine. Now, I'm not going to lie. We're going to have our own problems. We'll definitely have some problems.
I am not disputing that we won't be fine to a certain extent. Yeah. We would be fine for what, I mean.
Like, I'm not going to lie. If the U.S. was to isolate themselves, white supremacy would probably be rampant in this country.
Maybe financially, maybe a certain.
And there will be civil wars.
Instead of a year, it may be 2 years. It may be. There's a number to it. I have to sit down and go through the financial structure.
See, I don't
scientific
think
level of it.
I think we would flourish.
And get an appropriate number of it. But again, in context, U.S. will fall. It will fall. It cannot survive without if the world decides to step away from it. It cannot survive.
I beg to differ.
Well, that's the beauty of having our own opinion.
I beg to differ because I feel
the reality. I'm in reality. I'm in actuality.
Oh, here you go again.
He's in some type of delusional
bro,
reality.
I'm a self-contained person, bro, and most. Well, let's put it this way. There's going to be a lot of people. Like, there's a lot of people in this country that are always looking for handouts. You know who you are. I'm not one of those people. So, the ones that are always looking for handouts, yeah, you're not going to survive. But the ones that build their own, like me, I can build my own. I'm going to be just fine.
If you should lose your job now, right, and no type of income coming in, we see the homeless on there. We can use them as an example. How long they survive for?
They don't survive that long.
How long exactly?
But see, I wouldn't allow that. Okay, if I lose my job, that doesn't mean I lose income. Because trust me, I'll find a way to make some money.
But what I'm saying,
even if it's collecting cans.
If you lose your job and there's nothing coming in, whether you're selling whatever, you try to sell this, you try to sell that, you're not getting anything. How long you gonna survive for?
Then you find a way to survive.
I'm not saying that you're looking for a way. You're looking for ways to continue building, but you cannot find a way. How long you gonna survive?
See, that doesn't exist in my world.
I mean, again, as I said, you
let's put it this way: if I'm selling grapes and I can't sell grapes, then I'll dry them up and sell raisins.
What's up, man?
You understand?
Yeah.
If I got grapes,
you got
and I can't
grapes,
sell grapes,
and you can't sell grapes,
then I'll dry them up and I'll sell raisins.
You're gonna try to sell raisins. Now you're not selling raisins.
Then
What
I'll
you doing now?
I'll find something.
Okay,
else.
you try to sell orange. You're not selling orange.
Find something else.
You try to sell lime. You're not selling lime.
Then I guess
try to sell whatever.
All right, so selling isn't my strong point. So I guess I have to go to robbing and stealing.
You see, there you go again.
No, but this is reality. This is I'm gonna survive no matter what because that's what I do. I'm gonna survive no matter what.
Let's put this in context. Now, the U.S., the world is segregated from the U.S., right? They isolated from the U.S. Within ourselves, we only could do so much. which I agree, right? We only could do so much. We can sell to ourselves and so forth and so forth. How far can we go by selling to ourselves and we sustain ourselves? Remember, the U.S. dollar is also fading out.
Well, you got to remember, that's also, what comes into something like that, remember, we're gonna survive, but it's not gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be ugly, because if we were to be segregated from the rest of the world, there's gonna be massive civil wars within. There's gonna be a lot of infighting, whether it's gonna be white supremacy, black people, things.
And we're gonna die.
True. Yes, they will. And then the ones who survive are the ones who get the spoils. Those are the
I'm
ones
not
who
even
get the
looking
fruits.
to that level, but that's another point.
But that's the level I'm looking at that level, because that's what would happen. Because I know human nature, and human nature, at its rawest form, is primal, and it's savage, and it's fucked up.
People,
and only the strong survive.
The country would fail. Let's even keep violence out of it. The country will fail economically. Economically, the country would fail if the whole world, the entire world, all 195 countries, including the 2 states, which is Israel and what the other one.
The country would have failed. The country will become a more
economy.
Uglier. It will become
economical
more uglier
wise
and vicious. It will become a more uglier and vicious. It will become an uglier and more vicious version than what it is right now.
It would push the crime, because people are going to try to survive, and because of the infrastructure and where the world isolate us and abandon us, we're going to try to do things to survive. People are going to leave the country, try to get out of here to go somewhere. The country would crumble, because I'm not going to stay here and try to survive, knowing that the fact that I cannot survive here, because nobody is with us. The entire world abandoned us.
Yeah.
So people are going to even try to leave. If people don't leave, you're going to have all type of crimes raising.
Yeah.
So again, that's my point. The country will fail.
It wouldn't
but
fail.
I'm not even looking at the
but how is that a failure? That's not a failure.
Economical.
That's not a failure. That's an adjustment. That's not a failure.
How is adjustment?
Because that's what you do. You adjust. You adjust and you adapt.
Man, at the end of the day,
you got to remember, because you have to remember, you always remember, you do think in actuality, but you think think it with rose-colored glasses on. You think of it from an optimal. I think of it from a very vicious and very real level, because that's what it is.
From a practical,
but you're also saying it practical, but you're saying it, you're thinking in a practical and civil way. I don't think practical and I don't think civil, because I know how the world really is. The world is a fucked up place. It's a savage place, and only the strong survive.
Look, we're not going to get rid of crime. Crime is not going to eventually disappear. We know that for sure. With the entire world isolated in the U.S., we know crime is going to get involved. But we are talking in the context of a practical survival situation economically. We will fail. That's basically where I'm coming from.
And a practical survival situation is
we know violence is going to be pushed more.
That doesn't. We're humans. Violence is inevitable. Unfortunately,
and that's what I'm saying.
Violence is inevitable, so it's always going to be there.
And I'm not
most likely
ruling that out.
Always. And remember, at the end of the day, what people don't understand, especially I live in a very violence always settles. Violence always settles everything. Always. 90% of the time.
Yeah, you're definitely delusional now.
No, I'm not delusional.
How violence settles?
Because violence keeps everything in line. Violence keeps everything in line. It really does.
So me robbing you, is that keeping you in line? Is that keeping your infrastructure in line? I'm taking away from you.
Well, let's put it this way. You robbing
I'm hurting
me.
You.
Okay, so say if you rob me, right? Like you robbed me. I got caught slipping. Now I'm going to go purchase a gun. I'm not going to get caught slipping again.
Now you're going to hurt me.
Exactly. No, I'm not going to hurt.
So how is that going to balance? Yeah, because I'm going to come back and rob you, and you're going to protect yourself.
And that's an adjustment.
How is that? You're hurting me now. You're killing someone.
No, because you started it. Don't you understand? Don't start none. Won't be none.
I don't even know why I'm just even sitting here entertaining this foolishness.
Like I said, I live because I live in a very, look, I don't wear rose-colored glasses. I live in a very ugly and real world because that's what it is.
No, because your mind is evil, so of course you're going to think
because that's
evil.
how I survive.
No practicality.
I'm not evil.
Logic.
I'm not evil. I'm a product of my environment, and my environment is evil. That's just what it is.
We are living in an evil world. Yes, I agree.
Yes, we are.
We don't
and I act accordingly.
have to be
and
evil.
I act accordingly.
Anyway, folks, it's
I
about
like
that
being
time.
evil.
It's about that time.
It feels
and
good to do bad things. Okay? I'm evil, like fruits of the devil.
I tell you, they coming for me. Yahoo.
Come and get me.
Yahoo and
Come and
all
get
of them
me.
is coming from the CIA,
Yahoo.
the KGB,
Yahoo.
MI6.
What's his name? Yahoo. I'm not scared of you, bro.
All of them coming. You keep on talking about Yahoo.
I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of none of y'all. None of you. Because even if you do take my life, guess what? I'm going to come back and haunt you.
There's no
and
such
you can't
thing.
kill my spirit.
There's nothing as duppy or
Yes,
whatever
there is.
crap.
Yes, I
There's
straight.
no such
Exactly. Matter of fact, I'll be called King Duppy Tox. Duppy Tox. What you know about Duppy?
We don't have that.
Yeah, I'm going to have that. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to haunt. You know what? Come and get me. Come and get me. And when you kill me, then I'm just going to haunt your house all day.
There's
You'll be
no
sleeping.
such thing as
You'll
that.
be sleeping. You'll be like, oh, you got peaceful sleep?
You're going
I'm going to have that.
Your body is going back to the grave. The spirit is going back to God, and that's where you.
My spirit ain't going back to
You're not
God.
going to be roaming no
My spirit,
world.
first of all, I've been banned from the pearly gates, bro. He's not letting me. He's not letting me up there.
That could be true,
He's not letting me up
but
there.
I'm not the person to judge for
He's
that.
not and down there, they're not gonna let me up. They're not gonna let me down there neither. They're like, nah.
Anyway, folks,
Let him roam the earth.
It's been real. What's your final thought, man?
Okay, my final thought.
Thinking of some evil shit now.
My final thought is, don't be scared of change. If the world is evil, then you must adjust.
The world
Because
is
otherwise,
evil, not must. If
yeah, you must adjust. The world is evil, so you must adjust, or you will perish. Thank you, King Duppy Tox.
The sad part is that is facts.
Yes,
You have to
King
adjust
Duppy Tox.
to this evil world, but not in the context of how he want you to adjust.
Lies.
Anyway, folks, I would piggyback off his saying that you have to adjust, especially with these politicians. Use your mind, use your thoughts, not your emotion, because at the end of the day, you see that you're using your emotions. You're putting his grandfather in the house. You're suffering from the federal level. Now you go and you let this guy con you out of the vote, this New York con daddy, con you out of the vote. He telling you all type of foolishness. You run with it because you hear the word free. Now you're suffering. So you're getting hit from the state level and you're getting hit from the federal level. When you guys going to wake up and learn, think, don't run with these guys. And I mean, I know the entire system is corrupt. And this is why you need to take time out. Now, sitting and not voting, you're not helping the situation either. So you may ask, then, Mike, what do I do? It's a good question. At the same time, do not work off your emotion. Sit down and look on things what we can do. We still can voice our opinion.
Educate yourself.
We still can do things out there. It may be not enough to make changes impactfully where you can visually see it, but still continue to doing stuff.
Exactly.
Instead of sitting there and run with your emotion, the next person coming up for election, you sit there and you analyze things. You
do your work.
Things. You do your research, you work. And yes, you may sit there and say, you know what, I'm not going to vote for him. I'm going to keep my vote to...
Exactly.
I don't know. I mean,
and remember, the truth is always ugly.
And
the truth is always ugly. It's not supposed to make you feel good.
Just think.
Anyway, the ugly truth.
With that said, we thank you for joining us. Please like, share, and subscribe. We come to you with good thoughts. We come to you with factual stuff we can. If we don't know anything, we do research and we bring it to your knowledge. We talk about different. I mean, this show is not strictly about politics too. We talk about financial. If you out there and you would really want to come on the show, feel free to reach out to us. This show is specifically geared towards financial, politics, technology, and law. So if you know of anyone in the law business and want to come, I know a few people, but sometimes they're tied up. If you have some financial people who strongly, heavy in the financial structure, you can bring them and we can share their knowledge of, because the economy is really bad right now, and share with them how they can be creative and make some money legally, not his way, legally. And
whatever
the law in itself, how to work with the law, not against it. At the end of the day,
by any means necessary.
I know some of these cops and these agencies are really corrupted, but at the same time, you can do what you can do to make sure that you stay in line, because they will kill you in a heartbeat just for, be in the wrong place, wrong time, and stuff like that. I don't like some of them, the corrupted ones and the bullies, and the one that even go in there to have licensed gun, because they have no intention of serving the public. They just want to have the rights to have gun so they can walk around and bully people and stuff like that.
Very
but
true.
At the same time, you still have to apply wisdom. When they've confronted you, do what you can, because they will take you out in a heartbeat. And the possibility that nothing come out of it. So again, don't jump in. I get kind of crazy at times when they pull me over and they doing ridiculous, but I catch myself instantly and I relax myself and I respect them and I try to respect them. There's many ways you can go about of dealing with them. One, you create a file a complaint against them.
All you gotta do is give me their name. I'll find out what school their kids go to, where their wife goes to Pilates.
Are we stricken that from the record? We are not pushing those type of violence anyway.
Here we go.
What you do, you create a file a complaint. Once they hit their record, it can create a problem for them. The problem is that it's hard to get with those forms, to find those forms. So it's challenging. Anyway, folks.
When that doesn't work, blackmail and extortion and kidnapping always works.
When that doesn't work, we are stricken that from the record.
Blackmail, extortion, and kidnapping reign supreme.
Until next time, same place. Peace.
Peace.
All right.